Hello everyone, I'm on a little bit early, just a couple of minutes to give everyone time to get their notifications through so that they can come on and relax and enjoy. So when you come on, don't forget to say hello, say where you're from. Let me know if you're a new crafter. You could be a newbie. And hi Susan, how are you? Good to see you coming on today. Don't forget to come on, say hello. Today we are talking about big designs on paper. This is the question I've been asked. And yesterday I shared another paper and hi Tanya. But today I want to share this one because a lot of people are having trouble with this one. Hello. So so I'm going to share and make a card using this big print. Now, it can be quite scary on how to cut this up, but it's not. It's just cutting it. But what I normally do when I get two sheets like this, I'll cut one up, but then I'll cut one up and cut flowers out of it so that I can layer them up a little bit or bring them up a little bit by bringing in a mat or a die cut or something like that. Is your internet still playing up 10? Oh my God, it's horrible. Mine was playing up. You can all hear me, can't you? Because mine's been playing up too. So I just want to make sure that you can hear me, that we're gone live. I can see Tanya, I can see Susan. So just let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Hi Heather, how are you? Oh, great, you can hear me. So hopefully I don't get cut out either because since the power's gone off, I think everyone's having internet problems and my internet's been on and off and, a little bit confusing. So, a bit scary. Hi, Caroline Matthews, how are you? So, yesterday I asked the question, what was the gold nugget that you took away from yesterday's class? And our winner is Caroline Matthews. I put all your names in. Congratulations, Caroline. There will be a little mystery happy gift coming to you. And yeah, cutting up designer series paper, working out how to use designer series paper, because they're different on each side and you sort of look at it and you go, which side do I want to use? And 99% of the time people go for the flat side like this, not the bright happy side like this, because it's a little bit daunting. Hi Susan. I think I saw some other names popping up just quickly. Althea. Hello everyone. So let's get started anyhow. So this is what we're doing today. We're cutting up this one. So let's come down. Let's hope we can see what I'm doing. And like I said, when I get this big sheet like this, the other one I will take the time to use and cut out flowers. Even half flowers I'll cut out because you can still use the half flowers. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. And I hope it just helps you come in and use these big bright pieces of paper. So I'm going to cut this at 13.5 and 9.5. So if your card's going vertical, you'd start with your 9.5 cut first. If it was going horizontal, you would start with your 13.5 going first on the layout of your pattern on your card. So I'm going to cut the 9.5 first. Okay. And then we're going to turn it around and we're going to cut it at 13.5. Now I'm going to give this a white mat today, something a little bit different because it's got lots of colours in there. So we're going to grab a piece of white cardstock. How's everyone going today? What have you been up to this morning? I've been, I wrote out my list of people that went through the golden nuggets yesterday. I've been picking out birthday cards because I had some birthday cards to write on. Yeah, just been doing emails, all that happy stuff that you do in a job. So this one's going to be 14. And I'm going to cut 2 at 10. Okay, so we're going to cut 2 at 10. Now, when you've got happy paper, there's so many card colour bases that you can use. Okay, so do you use another bright colour, or do you come in with something a little bit darker? So what I've done is I've gone for the Mossy Meadow, because the Mossy Meadow is in just little bits of this, okay, little bits of the card. So I've gone with the Mossy Meadow that's in the bits of the cards. So I cut my Mossy Meadow, I think, at 14.5. I've got to trim a little bit off this one. 14.5. And then I'm going to score it at 10.5. Okay, and then fold your card over. I like to also make sure that I use my bone folder. I've got some water in between my rings. Yeah, so give it a nice crisp score on that score line. It just helps hold that card down nice and flat. Okay, so we're going to come in with our darker card and our lighter matte to highlight this paper. Okay, and then you can sort of see how that keeps it bright, even though we've used a darker matte. You can sort of see that that really highlights by bringing it in on the white. Have a look at it when it's brought in on the, just on the Mossy Meadow. You get a dull effect, but it still works. Okay, it still works really well. So you don't have to put the white there if you don't want to. You can just come in with the Mossy Meadow. It tones it down a little bit, but just have another look when you put it on the white, how it makes it that little bit brighter. It just comes out and it just sort of pops out brighter. So they're the things that you're looking at when you're putting your paper onto a mat. Okay, you're looking at it and you're going, okay, does that look dull or does it look bright? Okay, either way looks good, but it's the way you want the card to look. So I want this one to be a brighter card because this is gorgeous, and not be afraid of using it. So let's come in and do this. We're going to put our paper on here, and designer series paper onto here. Now, yesterday I showed you how you could do some ripping effect. Today I'm going to bring in a die and share that with you, just to divide it up a little bit. And I'm just going to look to see which way my flowers are going for top and bottom. Did you see me do a complete 6th turn there? I just went right around. Okay, now whether you want a big die or a small die, that's another thing as well. And this is the deckled rectangle die. So do you want a little die? Do you want something a little bit bigger so it covers it a little bit more? Or do you want something a little bit bigger? Do you want it to go horizontal? Or do you want it to come across vertical? So these are the sort of things that you're looking at when you're actually doing it. And you've got to choose your word. So your word would be, this makes every day a little brighter. This is in the everyday detail one. This is a beautiful word. And I'm going to use this one on this because it goes so well with the paper. Don't you think? I think it just goes lovely with the paper. Okay, so I'm going to put that down and I'm going to grab my block and I'm going to pick that up. Now, when you look at it, you can see if it looks straight. Sometimes you just have to move it a little bit. But when I'm doing something like this, sometimes I will just grab a piece of paper just to make sure that when I'm doing it, that it's correct. Okay, so it's straight because I haven't got the back on it at the moment. So let's come in here. That's a bit wide for that, so I'm going to come in this way. I've lined my paper up on a line, and now I'm going to line the edge of my block to the edge of the paper and come down, because that's going to give me the indication whether it's straight or not, which it is, okay? But that's a good way to do it. Okay, so we're going to ink this up again. And I'm going to bring it into the center of this piece here. Now you could use any colour ink, but I always seem to go with the colour ink, whatever the card is, the card base, or if I haven't got a coloured card base, then I'd go for a colour that's inside the Designer Series paper, which always remember is on the back of your Designer Series pack. It also tells you the colours that you can use your cardstock and your ink. So we're going to come in with this on this bit, and I cut out some flowers earlier because I thought, well, this would look really good. So you can sort of see I've even cut out a half of one there, because the half of one you can sort of always come in and bring that up, or you can bring that up on here and then bring in this underneath it. So you sort of look like you've got two flowers there. Okay, so you can bring this in over the top of it. So you need to work out where your flowers are going to go and where this bit's going to go before you actually stick it down. Okay, so we've got this beautiful one with the three leaves on the bottom, which we can come in and bring this in, and we can always cut a bit off the corner, but you can sort of see that fits in really well around the Y. It fits in really well, so we're sort of liking that on the bottom. So I think we'll go with our cardstock there. So sometimes when I want to lift it up and I want it to come back down in the same spot, I'll just put a piece of scrap cards, put it across there, and then I know that's roughly where I'm putting it, just to give me a guide, or I use a Post-it note or something like that, just so that I know that when I'm coming back to this, I can just put it down there, and I'm pretty well on track to where that was. Okay, so that's a little gold nugget. It's a really great little gold nugget, because how many times do you pick it up and then you come back and you put it in a completely different spot? So we've got our words on there. Now we're going to use dimensions on the back of this because we want to raise it up. I've got my dimensions here. Just grab them. Okay. Now I'm going to put some on here. Now, if you were going to be tucking another one underneath it, because a half a one, I wouldn't put dimensions there yet. You know, I just put one in the middle, add your details, but this one's on the bottom, it's by itself, so it's pretty safe to put dimensions on this one. A bit different for the top one, unless we join them together, which I'll share with you how to do that in just 1 minute. Who's got this paper? If you've got it, tell me the name of it in the comments. Haha. Who can tell me the name of this? I think it starts with a Z. Is that a little tip? So you can sort of see you've got this happening here, and it looks really lovely. Now, what if you wanted to go a little bit more? I'm just going to grab my paper that I've been cutting up. Where's the other piece that I was cutting up? Okay, where did I pop it? Here. So you can sort of see I've been cutting it up, and you might think, I might just put a little bit more of a centre in there, and I might cut out a little bit more of a centre. So like I said, I cut these up. So I'm going to come in and I'm just going to cut around the centre. Now you can use a round punch if you want to. That's not a problem as well. You can use a round punch, or you can just fussy cut it out. Depends how you feel. and just come around and cut that bit out. And then I'm going to get my bone folder and I'm just going to really curve this bit, okay, this bit of the flower, and give it a really, really great curve, because I want it to sit over the dimension when I've got the dimension in underneath it. So I'm going to put the dimension right in the center, and I want to make sure before I take the back off that it is sort of sorry, I got a tickle in got a tickle in the throat. Sorry guys, it just won't go away. It's to do with the weather, I'm sure. Yeah, so just bring it down and then take the back off this one, and then have a look where your big piece is and come down and pop that on there. It just gives it another dimension. Now I also like to curve these a little bit too, which I didn't do on that one, but I do like to curve these around, because it just softens the paper for one, and it makes it look like it's more curved than just sitting there, okay, like you've got a little bit more character into your flowers. Sorry, got a really bad. So I can see this one's going to go great there, but I want this bit of colour to come up through there. So I'm going to use dimensions on here to start off with. I'm going to put one there and one there. And I'm going to bring this one down, right down over the top of those dimensions, right to the end, so that it sort of comes in with the paper, okay? And then you can work out your other dimensions. And you don't have to add a lot, okay? So I'm just going to add one in the between there to hold them together, and one there, and one there. Now I'm not even going to do the leaves this time. I want the leaves to be curved, and you know, if you put them down tight, this is how they're going to be. They're going to be flat. But if you curve them and you don't put any dimensions underneath them, you'll see you'll get that nice curve to your flower and your leaves. Okay, so we're going to come in with these on here. I've just got to work out which way I want it. Okay, so you can sort of see that the leaves sit up a little bit and they look really lovely, where these ones are dead straight. Okay, so I can actually curve this one a little bit because it's not completely glued down, and I can curve the end on that one and just a little bit on that one. Okay, and it's easy to do that before you actually pop it onto your card front. Okay, so now we're going to come in on the card front, and we're going to also add some bling. So keep the questions coming in. I am so loving the questions. If you have a stamp set that you're not sure how to use and I've got it, I will share it with you. If you're wanting to know like how to use big designer series papers or how to use something, yeah, let me know, because yeah, it can be quite intimidating when you're not sure. I'm going to get my pick tool out today because I find it so much easier than the scissors. Okay, so I'm just going to put one in the center here. And I'm just going to put one in the center there. And that's 2, and I don't like odd numbers, so I'm going to come in with some little ones. So I'm just going to come in with some little ones, and it just looks like little watermarks on the leaves. Okay, so you can sort of come in and put a little bit on the leaves. And it's entirely up to you how many you want to put on, but I like to make it look a little bit attractive. And looks like a bit of watermark. Now the inside of the card, you can decorate that up if you want to as well, or you can leave it, but let's just, for today, do a little bit of decorating because I want to share how to do that. So let's do the inside of the card. The inside of the card is just your plain white like this, okay, and it's just 14 by 10. But when you've got a piece that you've been cutting out, let's say we want to add a little bit on the inside now, okay? So this is where your edges come in really handy too. So you're going to grab your scissors and do some fussy cutting. And I move my paper, not the scissors. And a lot of people go, what are you doing? But I do, I move the paper. It's just so quick, much quicker, easier than trying to get your scissors. I hold my scissors still and move the paper. Okay, so we're going to come in and around that leaf there, and then come back over here to the pink one. And cut this bit out as well. Okay, so now you can have a look and you can sort of see this is going to go on the bottom of the card here. So we're going to, this is on the inside of the card. So we're going to brighten this card up because it's really beautiful, bright. We want it bright. It says you make every day a little brighter. So the words go fantastic with the paper. I love these words with the paper. I think it's fantastic. So we can pop that on the inside. And come through here. Now you can choose out, I'll just stick this in first. You've got that nice mossy meadow green border all the way around, which is absolutely beautiful because it's got mossy green in it, so it really blends well together. So let's say we're going to stamp out a happy birthday in the middle. You can see that this one's going to fit perfectly. So let's do that because this is going to be a happy birthday. We're going to line that up. We're going to pop it on a block. Yep, sticks to the mat more. This, when it doesn't, you might need to clean the back of your stamps if it doesn't stick, okay? You might need to clean them, or you might need to clean your block, okay? I'm just using an alcohol wipe to give it a clean. And the reason I say that is because sometimes your block gets something on it, your stamps are stored away and they dry out a little bit. So you might need to use some of our beautiful mist on it, okay? So we're going to put happy birthday in here. It's going to have to come into this one. That one's not quite big enough, so we're going to do it on this one here. Okay, so line it up straight, stamp out your happy birthday. So you make every day a little brighter, happy birthday, and this can go on the inside and you can still write on it. Okay, now you might want to, when you put this on the inside, you might want to add, you might still have some little edges here. Okay, I want to share with you how you can use your edges because they're just as important as the centerpieces or the whole flower. They're just as important because we can throw them away. Okay, so you can come in and you can add this to here, and you can always bring this down a little bit if you want to, or you can put it in here. I'm just going to add it along, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue along there, and I'm just going to add that there. Now while that's there, I'm going to grab the other end, the other edge, and I'm going to cut this one out. I know people go, oh, I don't know how you cut like that. I have been cutting for so many years, and it's so quick doing it this way. And I'm going to put the rest of the flower down here, so you can sort of see that we've got a bit of a flower happening here. Okay, so I'm just going to run a little bit of glue right along the edge here. And this is just going to go in over the top of this, or you can have it up a little bit. So we're going to have it all in together. So I'm going to dimension this because it won't matter, but I'm going to dimension just on the, where I've joined it, on the back, so it's a little bit on both sides, and then one on each end. Okay, just one there, one there, one in the middle. Okay. So just make sure you press them down nice and tight. And it's sometimes just so nice to decorate up the inside as well. Now, quite often I do this as a Christmas. Who knows someone that's birthday is Christmas Day? Sometimes I do this, and I do this as a birthday card, and then I bring it over and also bring it over the other way and do a Christmas card. So 1 minute they can have it up one way as a birthday card, and then the next time they can have it the other way as a, we're going to come in about there, I think, as a birthday card. Hello, hello. Hi, Robin. So using your big paper, hello Alison, good to see you on. And then opening it up to a nice surprise on the inside. How gorgeous is that? And you can even put rhinestones in here as well. Like you can actually put one in the center of each of them if you want to as well. So you can sort of see by using the big paper, you have to think a little bit outside the square. So I use one sheet that I just cut up into the size for the paper. Thank you, Caroline. And then I use the other sheet that's in there, and I just cut all the flowers that I possibly can cut out of that sheet. And then I get 6 beautiful cards like this. You know, 6 beautiful cards. Using that little bit of white, because white on this bright colour makes it stand out bright, but if you put a dark colour underneath it, it's going to come out like a dull, flat look. Okay, so it just depends what sort of look you want. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed learning a little bit more about Designer Series paper. So keep those comments coming in. Great questions, everyone. Really great question. I love the questions that are coming in. I have got a few to still do, but I'll just keep adding them on there. Great questions, like if you knew, or even if you've been scrapping, card making and scrapbooking for a long time, but still not sure about this paper that's sitting in the drawer for a long time, you're not sure about something, have a look at it, because you can probably do something very much like this, you know, and use your half edges as well. Okay, so a very pretty card. God bless you all. Thank you for watching me today, and all my team members. I can't wait we have Recognition Day tomorrow, and I'm so excited about that. I've got a beautiful surprise for everyone. So I'm really looking forward to Recognition Day, and if you ever decide you want to join my team, just let me know, or you can just go onto my shop and join the team now. So, oh, Casey's just coming in so she can say hello before we say goodbye. So my work is here. Love you all. Thanks, Rose, and we'll catch you all soon. Bye for now.